What's up, guys? SCDude1999 here, and welcome to the Republic Studs podcast. Also, why?
Okay, so guys, we have the legendary TikToker, one of the first major famous Lego Star Wars TikTokers ever, SCDude99, 999. Welcome to the Republic Stud
1999.
Show. Yeah, how are you doing, man?
I am doing really good today. It is an honor to be here.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, so guys, this guy, I'm gonna ask him a little bit about his background. Remember to check out all his socials, Instagram, TikTok. I believe he has a YouTube channel. He's got a pretty big following. I'm pretty sure you're a land member, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, he's a pretty prominent fella. So we're gonna dive into it, and really, I want to start. What got you started in the Lego, in the community, all that? Like, I just want to hear your full backstory. Like, if you had to explain it, people don't really get a lot of long-term content out of you. They don't really get to know you. So I think this is going to be a really interesting dive. I don't know much about you, but I'm excited to learn.
Yes. So, it goes back to when I was 5. I was diagnosed with autism around that time, and it was difficult for me to talk. So until I was 7, I was really quiet until then. Had to do speech therapy and all that. And during all that time, I was introduced to Star Wars. And through Star Wars, I, collected action figures and various other things, like old stuff from like very classic toys from the prequel trilogy and stuff. That's kind of how I started watching Star Wars. I literally started watching the prequels first and then watched the original trilogy. So around that time, I believe the complete saga or the original trilogy was out, the video game. And then I started playing that and I was like, I didn't even fully understand what Lego was at the time. So I was like, I want that. I want whatever that is, whatever toy that was. So on my 8th birthday, I got my first Lego Star Wars set, which was Anakin's Jedi Interceptor.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it was a really good set. I literally built that whole set like many times, and honestly, it took me the whole day to like build it because I was still learning like skills uh with my autism and all that.
hmm
So it was fun. It was missing the stickers though, so that was a downside.
Well, that sucks. That's happened to
I
me.
know. And the rest is history. I just started collecting Lego Star Wars. At first it was sets donated to me, and then it became more like once I became a teenager, I started saving money, doing chores and other related stuff to buy Star Wars sets, and a few like DC and at the time, well, Marvel was later on,
hmm
and then around 2014, I started getting into stop motion animation. And oh, my cousin's awake.
It's all good.
So around that time, I've always been interested in stop motion, and the way I was really fascinated by it, and just learning. I just wanted to learn how to do it, like
hmm
do animation. So I went to a Lego convention called Brooks by the Bay, and at the time, it was, from what I remember, it was this very famous stop motion animator, Paganimation, David Pagano. He runs Paganimation Studios.
hmm
Made very classic stop motion videos for Lego back then,
Yeah.
and I was like, really. So that was my first time learning how to animate. And so after that workshop, I started using the sets that I had and created various stop motion videos and uploaded them to YouTube.
hmm
And at the time, I was like, oh my goodness, I can like do animation as a full time job. So I was teaching myself how to do stop motion animation and just creating very weird stuff with, you can do whatever you want with stop motion animation. And when it's Star Wars, you can do anything like a bunch of battles and various other skits that were at least entertaining back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
it was really good. It was a good time, but all of that later changed when I went to college. Uh, I went to Cal State University of Monterey Bay, and I transitioned a little bit to wanted to be an animator to being a filmmaker,
mm-hmm.
and so I studied cinematic arts and technology. It was a lot of work, but it was entertaining in some way. Learn how to be an editor, do some screenwriting, and even do a bit of animation, like computer animation, but that was just difficult for me. I just hated it. So I just thought stop motion animation is much better and much easier to understand, especially for my mind, because it's because using Lego for stop motion is much more easier.
It's a fun medium. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about what everyone else is doing. You're in full control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a few stop motions. I had a stop motion series on my channel, and I had like kind of a hybrid stop motion series because I like to tell. I think that's what I like most. I like using it as a mechanism for storytelling.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
and you don't have to hire actors. You don't have to build You don't have to build crazy size sets. You just build small little miniatures. And I did like a thing where I'd take a picture and I just use that. I wouldn't like do crazy arm motions or anything. It was like called Clone Traders, one of my favorite series I think I've ever done. And it just told a story of like Lego clone troopers living through like who kind of rebelled from the Republic a little bit. And I don't know, it was interesting. So I guess moving on from that, how did that lead? So you went to filmmaking school. Are you still in that right now?
Oh no, I actually graduated last year.
Oh, congratulations.
Uh,
So you were like
yeah.
at the same time you were working on like graduating. That's when you started to really pop off. So what got you on TikTok?
Well, I believe it was. I actually started my TikTok back in 2019. I didn't even make Lego TikToks at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like just me just chilling around my dorm, and then I just made a random video of me just showcasing my minifigure collection, just saying, I'm gonna try and make TikTok videos with my Lego minifigures and stuff like that. And then like I guess that one just blew up in like views and like whoa.
Yeah.
I just showed people my collection, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, and a bunch of other various uh, sets that I had back, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I just did a few other things Lego related. Like one thing that did blow up was the like recreating SpongeBob scenes with my SpongeBob minifigures.
Oh, Lego SpongeBob,
I know I
classic.
love that theme, but like I didn't have all the sets back then. Well, they were mostly my brother's.
Yeah.
He was more into Lego SpongeBob than, but I was also into it as well. And he phased out of Lego, so they're my Lego sets now.
Hey, you take what you could get. My sister she collected Lego Friends. So I got all those. Not that they're very useful to me, but they have some nice pieces.
Yeah.
So I remember. I think I watched your first things that trigger Lego Star Wars fans video, and you're on like episode 1,327,000,000, right?
Wait.
No, I'm joking, but
Oh man.
yeah, you're up there. You've had a decent amount of them.
Yeah, yeah. So that series, it began on TikTok, and I'll admit it was weird because I was at that time where I was thinking I could just make weird stuff, so like, and then like it's just my way of being me sometimes because
Yeah.
I'm just some soon to be college graduate just trying to get through the pandemic because unfortunately I had to move back into my parents' house
Yeah.
and had to study online, which was difficult, but I managed to get through it. and graduate. So
Well, that's good.
it was.
And in the meantime, you created an entire platform. I think you're at, I don't know your exact numbers. You have like 200 something thousand at least.
I know it was like I was like, whoa, how am I blowing up? Like this is so crazy.
What are
Like
your
I'm.
stats? You have like I know you have over 100,000 on YouTube. You probably have more specifics than I do.
Uh huh.
So you have that. You have 200 on TikTok, 200,000
At least 206 over 260,000 on TikTok and 140 over 140,000 on
on
YouTube.
YouTube, and then Instagram you're doing pretty well. You have like a couple 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to 25,000.
Yeah.
I've been a bit stuck at 24 for a while. Not that I'm complaining, but it's I'm not really like that crazy. Like, oh, we need to get to this amount so I can do
Hmm.
this. I'm not like that.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's an
just
insane.
trying to go with flow. I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna say that's an insane level of growth. I mean, now, so you applied to LAN. You were in it last year. So when did that happen? And how is that working out for you? Because I've had on a handful of LAN members. I think we had Ash and Flash, and I think someone else was in LAN. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, but so how do you get how did you approach them? Did they approach you? Explain what it
So
is. Yeah.
without getting fully into detail, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say certain things,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I basically applied back in November of 2020. At the at the time, I just hit 100,000 on no, TikTok, and I was thinking, I'm just out of curiosity if it would ever work, because I don't, because my mind was thinking oh, I don't think Lego would actually want a TikToker in their community,
Yeah.
because I had that feeling like people who use TikTok, they're looked down upon, like, oh, your content's weird, and oh, this is
Like the weird
not.
dancing girls and like that sort of stuff. Like the
Yeah, like it's a lot of drama, so it's so like that stereotype of like oh, TikTokers are toxic in kind of way.
yeah.
It does affect how you think, especially when you're growing fast on TikTok, of course. So, but regardless, I still applied and just showed them some videos that uh, could be good.
Like that
It's
you were
mostly
proud of.
because mostly it's me showcasing my Lego collection and a few stop motion videos here and there. It wasn't completely doing animations around that time, so it's
Mm-hmm.
just applied, see how it works, and then uh, around that same time, I was also starting to post a little bit on YouTube again, because it was at that time I was thinking it was my YouTube channel's dead. Not a lot of
Yeah.
views were going on,
Mm-hmm.
so just see if I could be active on YouTube as well. It was and it was just me just reposting some TikTok videos, which had mixed results.
And I mean, with especially now YouTube, before they didn't until TikTok really took off. Now the algorithm seriously promotes short form content. So I won't say recently, but like for a while, I had your stuff showing up in my feed all the time. And I was like, whoa, like he's really killing it. Like because like, every time I checked, you had like another 10,000 subscribers.
I know it was weird. It was like, wow, wow, how is this? The algorithm loves me, I guess.
Not just the algorithm love you, people like you. I mean, I read your comments. Like people like the why. Like it's become kind of an iconic TikTok thing. With your
I
why
know.
thing. People like that's been seen by over at least millions of people at this point in time, and it's kind of like that's become your branding almost. Maybe I don't know if you're still doing
Yeah,
it as
like
much.
people are like, where's the Y merch?
The
Like,
why
I
guy.
mean, I'm
You,
still working on that, but it's
you should
still
do
gotta.
why merch.
I know. I technically have a custom shirt from Canva that I made just for my family.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find a way to sell merch on there because it was kind of complicated.
Um,
So
Teespring. I use Teespring. They're fantastic, super easy. It takes like you need to clear like an hour or two of your day, but it's worth it. I don't charge that much for merch. I just like seeing people wear it. So like, I'll just like make it as low as I really can, and I just like,
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I make like a couple pennies off of it. Nothing crazy. But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize you had like the learning disabilities, and I find that even more fascinating how like you were able to grow this entire media platform still, having to deal with that to a degree. Obviously, it's to a lesser extent than when you were younger, but still. So, like, how do you think that's affected the way you, I guess, conduct your content?
Okay, so it really varies by the way some people, uh, I've always struggled with my own learning how to speak and, pronouncing some things.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes in some videos, like I kind of mumble a little bit, and some people would point it out, and I'm like, at first I was like embarrassed to admit it because especially since I'm an adult,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel more open to talk about it sometimes. Just it's a little bit rare for me to talk about it now because I still have a bit of that nervousness, being nervous about it because it's not a lot of people do that around my time, and it's difficult.
Hey,
It's
I honestly, and this is actually really like hopeful to me. I really appreciate that you're saying it and doing that because I know there's probably a ton of people with serious special needs in the community, and they'll like see that and they know that and like, wow, this guy's really doing well in the Lego space, and he still has all these challenges to overcome. And I honestly, I just am very inspired by that. I have nothing I can
yeah,
do other than be inspired by it.
like even just showing my face is a little difficult. Like I did a face reveal uh on both TikTok and YouTube, and it would, and while some of them were really nice, I just still felt like embarrassed, and I deleted the videos eventually
Face
because I was
reveals
like,
are tough. I did
yeah, it's
one.
tough.
I did one 2 or 3 years ago. You guys can like if you're listening, go up on YouTube. You look Republic Studs face reveal. It wasn't even my channel name at the time. You get nervous, like and like for my first probably 10, 15, even 20 videos. I was very quiet. I'd be like, "Well, hey guys, it's me, Republic Studs," and I'd talk really like low. But as you get more into
Uh,
it, you start to get more energetic, more excited. If for me at least, that is, you get used to it pretty quickly. The camera becomes your friend.
yeah, I
Um,
feel like one way I overcame, just trying to be more, outspoken. I think that's the word.
mm-hmm.
Was that when I was in high school, was in I did theater. Uh, so I learned how to project my voice and learn how to act, and that would later help me with making things that trigger Lego fans.
Yeah,
Uh, and I also continued doing theater in college as well. Mm,
yeah,
and it was I was really nervous, of course. Like whenever I get nervous, it feels like my stomach's like getting all like someone's like yeah, like
yeah,
butterflies.
like butterflies in your stomach. Yeah,
Yeah, that was the phrase. But I overcame my fear of being out in public, from acting.
yeah.
And
I mean, being
so,
out in public, you're a pretty famous guy. Have you ever gotten recognized in public?
well, it's kind of rare for me because we had to wear a mask all the time, so
Mm-hmm.
because of the pandemic, and plus I didn't really go out that much during the pandemic. I was just staying indoors
Yeah.
because my anxiety just causes me to be in my safe which is my Lego collection, my room, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But there were times that I did get recognized, and they're like, "I like your videos." A parent came up to me and said, they uh, enjoy watching my videos with their kids, and it was really nice to hear that actually because I'm glad that I can bring families together,
Aw.
uh, especially older fans, adult fans of Lego. Like norm now it's I'm used to seeing adults being in the Lego aisle in my at my local Target, and they're like, oh, this is a great set. I think I should get it. I've seen this on TikTok, or like I've seen it on YouTube or something like that.
Hmm.
Not sure if they watch my videos, but I'd be surprised if they did.
Yeah. Um, I mean, have you ever considered like going to a Lego convention, like Brick Fair, Virginia, or like one of those?
Well, at the moment, I am thinking about. I actually applied to go to Bricks by the Bay again. It's in Santa Clara. So if you guys are going there, come and see me.
Put that out on your Instagram. Just say, hey guys, I do that every now and then. Like I'm going to Virginia this year, so
oh
if
yeah,
you
I
end up
wish I
going,
could go, but it's so far away from where I live. I live in California, so yeah,
yeah.
just gotta just surviving in California.
Ironically,
Um,
I feel like in California, relative to at least the entire East Coast, I feel like the East Coast has a lot of Lego fans. There aren't crazy amount of YouTubers in the Lego space, or I guess I
yeah,
don't know about TikTok as much, but I know there aren't a crazy amount of Lego YouTubers that I could think of from like California. I'm trying, but I can't think of any.
I'm not sure who. I can't think of anyone who is still in California, but I'm just. I mean, I'd be surprised if someone is,
Hmm.
but yeah, just being a content creator, just trying to live in California.
Hmm.
Gotta do something to pay bills. So, and luckily, my content creation
Pays
is
well.
working. Yeah, it's well.
So this is something I'm curious, and if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. So YouTube and TikTok have very different like standards. So you have way more following on TikTok, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say you make way less from it still compared to YouTube.
Yeah, in fact, uh, at the time there was there's this thing called the TikTok Creator Fund, and
Hmm.
I joined back in like August of, or I think September of 2020, and
Yeah.
it's it has mixed results. So like one day you make like one video goes very viral, but it doesn't really get a lot of revenue from that.
Hmm. So I got
So
like
I
ten
had to,
pennies.
yeah. So like that, but that was like one source of income I first started making. I didn't fully monetize my videos until like 2020, late 2020, I think,
Yeah.
like December, I think.
Hmm.
I was on YouTube though, and uh, at the time I was thinking, I can still try at least. But unfortunately, I got suspended from the Creative Fund because someone didn't like one of my videos, and I guess they reported it like false reporting,
Well,
because
that sucks.
yeah, it really does,
So you're not
especially.
even getting paid from TikTok now?
Well, I'm back on the Creative Fund now,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
careful what I, not to. I guess the moral of the story is like, don't sound too triggering to trigger people. I guess.
How to not trigger TikTok, part one.
Yeah, I know, right?
um,
So
that's funny. Uh,
yeah, and even on YouTube right now, it's it varies by what video goes. I had one video on TikTok that got millions of views, and like doesn't really work that much. Doesn't make a lot of like pennies compared to my triggered videos or reviews
yeah.
from of that's.
I don't know how TikTok retention works too much. I know it has like there's a lot of users on TikTok. I believe it's the most used in social media in the world. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, you were spearheading that. You said you were on there in 2019. So in the Lego space, as far as I'm aware, you're like the first big Star Wars guy. I know there's a few other guys out there. As I think I'm talking to you about Matt Mellish, Zach the Lego Maniac, a few other people. What's his name? Sacred Bricks. I knew about him way before he was popular on there, though. So
Hmm.
slight brag,
But
but
yeah,
Tiago's on there.
it's a growing community on TikTok. Just even through all the struggles we go through, we at least try to make someone feel entertained during these times. and we have like a bunch of awesome content creators, making really awesome various stuff, like a lot of people doing stop motion animation, doing Lego hauls, and like there's like people who own bricklink stores and like to do those little packaging videos,
Life
like
bricks.
some people. Yeah, my friend Epic Bricks, he just hit 1 million followers on TikTok,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
he has a bricklink store. So yeah, check it out, I guess.
The
Really great.
the way I
I
think I've seen a good comparison with TikTok is every like 50,000 subscribers or something is equal to equivalent to like 10,000 YouTube subscribers. If there was like a measure. Um, so like
Yeah.
you have 100. So like I don't know. I feel like your YouTube channel might have more influence than your TikTok at this point.
Yeah, it does. And at this point, I'm kind of I consider myself more of a YouTuber now than
YouTuber.
a TikToker, because I make YouTube shorts now, which,
Yeah.
thanks to my experience on TikTok, making videos there, I make, YouTube videos for, YouTube shorts,
You
and
double
those
upload,
do pretty
right? You'd
well.
upload on TikTok and YouTube like the same stuff.
Yeah, like I just post my YouTube shorts onto TikTok
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah.
So, I'm just posting once a day. That's kind of my goal, like my schedule of things.
Do you edit
And
from your cell phone or do you do it on your
yeah,
computer?
I use my phone to record everything, and film, edit, record my audio and all that. Even to do stop motion on my video, I still use
So you
stop
do
motion
everything on your
studio
phone.
after 2014.
So you do everything on your phone.
Yeah, but I
That's
also
nuts.
use my computer for like longer videos.
Yeah. You
uh,
have to. At that
mhm.
point, like your YouTube channel. Here, I'm gonna pull it up. Like, is there any content aspirations you like want to do in the future? Like things you just want to do with your channel? Like,
Well, I've been planning this since 2019 to do a comedy show of like a bunch of college students trying to just doing like comedic skits and all that, kind of like ASDF.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard about that, but kind of
I
like
no
that.
clue.
Well, it's funny. So do some like comedy skits uh, with a bunch of various characters that I imagine are in college, and like kind of like stuff that kind of something around there.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah, and continue making shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's making reviews can be difficult sometimes,
Yeah.
but I managed to overcome it. Especially since I'm in LAN. I have to do these reviews, and so
Do you have like a favorite
it's
type of video, like that you genuinely just enjoy putting together, and you like it's like not work to you? It almost feels like.
yeah. Sometimes there are videos like that. Like sometimes I would make one short video, and then like it's I don't know, it feels rushed, or like
Mm-hmm.
uh it feels so like doesn't feel professional in my standards.
Yeah.
So because I post every day on YouTube and TikTok, and so it's very so my mind at the time was thinking, you gotta post every day. That's how people keep coming to your channels and all that.
But it's not always that way anymore. I mean, I still do it. Today I didn't upload. Um, just because like, I was like, I have no real content I can make right now. And I want
Yeah.
to be able to relax a little bit. And tomorrow, it's going to be a big week because all the new sets are coming out. So it's just going to be reviews all week.
Oh
And
yeah, especially since I mean it's the posting every day. It does have a little takes a toll on your mental health,
yeah,
and the way I've overcome it now is I just basically film everything in one day and then edit the next day,
yeah.
and it surprisingly works right now. So then the rest of the week I just post and then just keep on doing it. Doing that cycle right now, and so far it's working. I don't feel burnt out as well, and And while making longer reviews that are not shorts, they do take time, but I'm glad that I'm able to make
Yeah.
reviews now, especially since it's from LAN. I'm grateful for that,
Yeah, and you get
and
all the sets once you do a video on them. You get to keep them. It's great. It's a good system.
yeah,
I'll admit I used to do that, like where I just pre-prepped videos, and it worked really well. But I've become like at least 30 to 40% of my channel at this point has become like news content in regards to new Lego Star Wars sets, rumors,
oh
pictures,
yeah,
that sort of stuff. So I've been much more like I'm reliant on. I'm like okay, maybe something will come out, and now I actually like me as I have like I've been able to release some rumors with the help of some people, and that's been kind of awesome. Where like I'm kind of in control of the news to a degree. Like I don't know if you heard about the 212 ATTE. That was me.
oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, the Kaminoans, and Omega. That was me. The two Inquisitors showing up in the $100 Kenobi Sith ship, the Scythe. That was me. Um, yeah, and I have some more stuff too, which should be coming down the pipeline. Um,
Yeah, uh, I tried doing covering the Lego news
mhm.
last year, but then just this year, I thought, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it, so I kind of took down those videos because it's just not my kind of thing. And some strange thing when I posted on TikTok, they somehow took it down because they thought I
TikTokers?
was promoting something bad, but it's Lego. Like, why?
Oh,
Like,
why?
yeah, like why you take? I'm just sharing my thoughts on the news. Like
Yeah,
it's. I
that's
think it's interesting that they're releasing like the Harry Potter sets from last year. I did a news video on that, and like I was like, "Ooh, this looks exciting." I look forward to getting all these sets. And then somehow TikTok just took it down because it was like promoting like some weird uh
yeah.
like
TikTok is
like
very censorious.
it's like I don't know. I guess they're thinking like, "Oh, you're you shouldn't be doing this." And I'm like, "But this is what I'm doing."
Yeah,
You know?
that's
It
weird.
so
Uh,
that kind of
I have no
that
rationale.
was one of the motivations to why I stopped doing the news now. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
I'm
fair.
just used to doing animation and creating YouTube shorts, like oh look here's like a look at all the um what was the like all the Batman
The
sets
Batman.
for the Batman. I like that video. It was
Yeah.
my way of being hyped for the film.
Have you
And
ever worked with any other Lego TikTokers? Like, have you ever done like a collaboration type video, like on their channel or your channel, or YouTubers? Have you worked with that, like done anything other than I guess this? Because you said this was, I think, your first podcast.
yeah, well, this is my first podcast. Although I have edited podcasts before, just edit, I just never been in them before. That's crazy.
That's
Uh,
nuts.
I know. In college, you take a bunch of odd jobs, just to. Uh,
Editing's a great skill to have. It's a
it is,
great skill.
especially with me right now, because it's important to be good at editing things,
Uh-huh.
especially when, because sometimes you gotta consider what should stay and like what to cut and what to film.
Yeah.
But back to the podcasting. So yeah, first time podcasting, and I've done a few collaborations. One time in late 2020, me and a bunch of other animators, including Zach the Lego Maniac and
Hmm.
some other various stop motion animators on TikTok. We made like this Star Wars compilation. I animated three segments for it, and it was like to go with this. I forgot what it was called actually because that video is no longer on my channel for various reasons. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed that collaboration. I don't do a lot of collaborations that much
Yeah.
now because I'm just super busy with my own stuff.
Yeah. So is this what you do pretty much? Like this is your job? Like you do you have like a set? Because like I have a set schedule generally with how I do these things. Like, do you have like a okay? I wake up, I do this from 10 a.m. 2 p.m. I just solely work on this, and then after that I could go relax, watch a movie, or is it just kind of like, yeah, as long as it's done by this time, then I'm good, like that type of a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of my schedule as well. It's, I wake up, grab my coffee, and then just whatever day it is. Usually on Mondays, it's when I film everything,
Mm-hmm.
like everything for my short videos on YouTube, and at least figure out an idea for a stop motion video, and then just do all of that within one day, and then edit the next day. And I do it between various times, because it's depends on who's in the house.
Do you have like a stop motion a week? Like, do you have that type of set schedule where you have like
Yeah, like one
six
stop.
regular
It
videos
used
and
to be like one every day. Like back in 2021, I was posting one stop motion video a day, and that was.
that's a lot.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
That gets to be difficult. Yeah, I
It
couldn't even
was,
imagine that.
especially since a lot of them I would consider were rushed now, but now that I've limited myself to one stop motion video a day, now it's much easier. And now that, because back then, I used different TikTok audios for them, the videos, my stop motion videos.
Yeah,
But now I use my own voice.
like I'm looking at your account now. So do the stop motion qualify as you like flinging the minifigure? Like you have like they're on the little plastic piece, or that these are the things that trigger Lego Ninjago fans, or is it more like you did a Thor video recently? I'm looking at that. Oh wow, that's actually really cool. Look at that. I like that. Like so like what I guess what do you qualify as your animations? Oh, Sonic, that one looks slick.
Well, well, it's mostly what I qualify is that it should be in order to follow, YouTube's community guidelines, because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
how I, stay on YouTube. Uh, normally I just do stuff that I think is entertaining, and, just uh, whatever pops into my mind, because a lot of these ideas, just come in my head, and just, I just animate what I think of.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, a lot of stop motion animators, you have to like storyboard and write a script and get voice
You just
actors.
get
But
quick funny things.
yeah, like I do very funny things. Like my Sonic video, it just popped into my head because, well, I haven't seen Sonic 2. I imagine like, oh, this is what Lego Sonic would be like. And it's just the Sonic set that just came out this year, and there's no Tails or Knuckles, and
Yeah,
uh,
they're gonna do a
it's just
Ugandan
one
Knuckles
minifigure just
minifigure.
in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
basically.
So I mean, I guess we're gonna round it up soon, but I guess my final question would be like, what are your goals? What like are you, like do you have like future job positions that aren't gonna involve this, or is this something you want to do for like a long time? Do you want this to be your job for your life? And if that's the case, like, what are your channel goals? Do you want to hit like 1 million subscribers, 10 million? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to have a team, that sort of thing? I don't know.
Well, I know one day, I've always aspired to be a filmmaker as well. Even like be a part of Pixar. That was a
That'd be
dream
pretty
job of
epic.
mine, especially since uh, I was, looking. I always look up to Pixar for my ideas, and uh, being inspired by their films.
Hmm.
And I still imagine myself being a YouTuber for a time, but hopefully one day in the future I can, start my own film studio. Maybe work on, because I've always liked to write horror uh, films.
Hmm.
You know, I even have my own universe, cinematic universe an idea for a cinematic universe that hopefully one day can
Like a
be.
horror genre, like a cinematic horror genre universe,
Yeah,
like a
and
franchise.
in fact, like I made a stop motion video for it last year, and it's just an introduction to it, and people were like, wow, this is a really interesting story, even though it's like
Way out there.
terrifying. Like people were like, "Ugh," like my mom was like, "Good here,"
Yeah, that seems
Fury.
interesting. All right.
Yeah, and I still, I still enjoy making YouTube videos and still staying around on TikTok. Through all the struggle I've been through, you know, learning how to speak and just trying to be out more in public. It really helped me, overcome my fears and anxiety. And I really want to thank, my friends and family for supporting me, and even through times where I felt like giving up. I almost ca I almost gave up from content creating altogether in December because I was feeling so burnt out to the point where like I just wanted to stop everything. But
Yeah.
my parents, encouraged me to keep going, and it made me, over the holidays, I just refreshed what I wanted to do, and
Mhm.
because from the very beginning on TikTok, from doing all the SpongeBob skits using like the transparent
Peace.
pieces to move them like puppets.
Mhm.
Uh, I, I, it was fun until I got tired of doing it. That's why I like doing more stop motion now than doing puppet show
Uh-huh.
stuff.
Y-
Because
yeah.
I used to do, back when I still did the Lego Star Wars puppet show, it was fun, but then I just got so tired of it to the point where I hated doing it.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean,
why I decided to stop doing puppet show videos and just do what I love more, do animations, do uh, YouTube shorts. Those are very entertaining to a lot of people, and even things that trigger Lego fans, it has it has evolved since I first started it on TikTok, and now I'm more of like it you like I will admit, it wasn't perfect at first, and then but now it's gradually becoming, a series where I get to, you know, inspire creativity, even though not Lego isn't perfect, but it's we can just enjoy what there is,
exactly.
enjoy your hobby. That's my
Yeah.
my goal for the series now.
It's
Does that make
just
sense?
yeah. No, I fully understand. And I mean, especially harping on your burnout thing. I know a lot of people really talented, have a ton of potential, and a lot of people get burnt out. And it's really sad to see because I've pretty much, for the most part, minus like probably maybe a day or two here and there, have not stopped daily uploads in over 2 years almost.
Yeah.
And yes, so because Rona started like over 2 years ago now. So I've basically been in daily upload mode since then. And I'm like a weird workaholic machine. Like I just get so focused on things, and I'm just like, okay, and it's been pretty good. But it's just unfortunate to see that with some people, and it's really nice, and I'm glad that you kept going. And I guess we're round as we round it off. I want to know where can people find you? Where can they subscribe? Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
Well, I'm active more on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's SCDude1999,
And
and it's
epic,
I look forward to all the positivity that I have managed to
radiate.
you know yeah, because just remember, my triggered series is satire, so it's not like I'm this entitled person. I'm just trying to be funny,
Yeah,
but also trying to promote people to enjoy their hobby, of course.
absolutely. What's the point of living if you don't do the things you love?
Yeah, that's what I've practically expressed in my last episode of things that trigger Lego DC fans, because let's be real, Lego DC is
Just
a bit
Batman.
dry, and it's but let's still enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
even if it is just Batman.
Yeah.
And
Things
so
that don't trigger Lego DC fans Part 1 starting soon.
yeah, and well, actually no, I'm gonna start season 2 of Things That Trigger Lego Star Wars fans. That's been
There's a
long anticipated.
seasons. Do like people binge through the seasons? Is that a thing?
I don't know actually.
You should ask your followers that. I'd be curious to hear if people like will just scroll through things that the Trigger Low Star stands. You should like on YouTube start playlists. You probably have already, but if you haven't, I'd do that.
Oh, I have playlists. All right. Just
Beautiful.
gotta. Um, I'm just from my experience in acting and editing, filmmaking,
Yeah.
animation, I've learned how to create a series that I still enjoy
Mm-hmm.
because just from all that evolving, I enjoy making my series and promoting people to be more
Yeah.
proud of their hobby, especially for adult fans of Lego.
It's really great what you do. And yeah, so we're gonna round it off there. Thank you guys for listening in. Fascinating story. I hope you learned a little bit about this amazing guy right here, who you've probably known, especially if you're following my channel. And now you get to know a little more about the man behind the camera. So thank
Yeah.
you so much for coming on.